What's up, Pirate Nation, and welcome back to episode 6 of the Ship's Log. Today, I'm here with returning defensive lineman Elijah Morse and new coach, not new to Greenville and not new to East Carolina University, but new to the coaching staff side of things this year, Coach Damon Magazu. Boys, welcome.
Thanks for having us.
Appreciate you having us.
Yeah, this one's a fun one. We have a couple things that we do throughout the podcast that we do every week. We do a little twist and turn with it, but I always say kind of get the creative juices flowing a little bit. So we're going to start with a pirate scenario.
Oh, geez.
You've been at sea for a while now, and the morale on the ship has gotten low. You've decided it's best to start singing to pick up the spirits. What's your go-to song? I know you're not singing Young Boy Elijah, like ship's going down, your beat. You better not pull out something like that.
It's got to be some J. Cole.
You're going to go J. Cole?
I am going to go J.
Fayetteville?
Cole. Yeah. Fayetteville.
Back to the roots, North Carolina? Okay, so you're going to go.
Yeah. I'm going J. Cole.
Do you have a specific song?
Let's go.
Going Neighbors?
That's a good one.
There's certainly no neighbors out where you are, though. So
No, there's no neighbors. Let's do. Maybe like Workout.
So you want to go down with that kind of vibe going on? Let's hope there's a. let's hope there's.
No. Maybe like apparently.
I don't know what kind of podcast this is. If it's PG, they can cut it out. But let's hope there's some females on the boat for you. If you're singing
Let's
Workout.
say apparently.
Apparently.
I keep my head high.
Yeah, even if the ship is sinking. Yep. Yeah. Coach, give Pirate Nation a hint of your music taste here. Like, what are you going with in a time of like this?
You know, it's not really my genre of music of what I'm about to say, but I do listen to a little bit of everything because I grew up, my mom's a musician. So,
okay.
You know, back in, late 90s, early 2000s, we send her rap songs and she would turn it into acoustics and do all types of different things. So I do have a wide range of music, but I would go with, given the scenario, I'm going to go with Can't Stop Believing. I mean,
I respect that one.
Don't Stop Believing. Which one is it?
Don't Stop Believing.
Don't Stop Believing.
But yeah, it's Journey. Yeah.
Believing.
There you go. Maybe you got some of the musician genes coming down from mom. You will hear that a lot in Dowdy Ficklin Stadium.
Absolutely.
But let's hope that the boat also doesn't stop believing. Me personally, I don't know what I'd go with. Honestly, I honestly have no idea. I'm not much of a singer. Not like Blake Kroll, at least.
Choose some like headbanging.
It's all right. That's what they're here for.
Okay.
Do you think I'd go something like that?
Yeah, some rock star vibes.
I don't know. Do you guys what's your pregame music like? Because mine got kind of crazy. So my first couple years of college, it was like Future, Drake, Migos, just like rap. And then I went on the little Meek Mill, Rick Ross tour. But then this last year, I don't know. I'd kind of go I'd start with rap at the hotel and stuff like that, and on the bus over here, yeah. But then once I got to locker room, I'd go into either some kind of rock or even some EDM. And it's weird because I don't really enjoy EDM too much. But when I'd turn that thing all the way up, and you could find remixes with some rappers and stuff in it.
What is
Lil Jon and some oh my.
What is EDM?
How would you describe it?
Well, maybe describe it by the acronym.
Electric dance music, right?
Electronic dance music.
Is that
electronic. Yeah, kind of. I could play a song for you after this, because I'd walk around. Remember, what was it, Rice? When we went to Rice last year, we got there super early. And my locker was across from Big Tay's. And so I was just going through everything because we were there so early. I put the headphones on him, and he was like, that's kind of tough. Okay. I don't know why. It got me excited. It's got me feeling ready to go. But it's kind of weird. Coach, what kind of music taste do you rock and do before games? As a player and now as a coach, if it's changed.
It has changed big time. As a player, I actually listened to, and this one's kind of off the wall, but Requiem for a Dream.
Okay.
The orchestra with there's no lyrics, nothing, and it was more calm and a build-up. And the first time I heard it was from a YouTube video about the Ravens defense, and it was called Death on Wings or whatever I think the video was called on YouTube. And it was just about, Ray Lewis and going through a season of highlights, and that song was playing in the background.
Yeah.
So, like, for me, on the bus and, walking into the stadium, I would listen to that. In the locker room, that's when Boosie was, like, really popping off, and so we always had that rolling kind of before we truly, like, went out to the field.
Yeah. Elijah?
For me?
Yeah.
I'm all over the place. It depends on how I'm feeling. Like, if I'm ready to take somebody's head off, like when we came in Michigan, ready?
Yeah.
Man, I was playing that old Meek, a whole lot of freestyles. Like, because sometimes Apple Music, they'll give you the mainstream stuff. I got to go look for the stuff. Like, I get
YouTube,
on Audio
SoundCloud.
Mac, SoundCloud, stuff like that. I go find the old Meek Mill where when he had the braids.
It's not released on the platforms anymore.
And I like Boosie too. Like a lot of the old Boosie, Mind of a Maniac.
Yeah.
Set
It Off.
Yeah, of course.
That was on the locker room playlist last year.
It was.
That'd come around quite a bit.
And then I still like some J. Cole, like Rise and Shine, the old Cole.
Yeah.
Where he really get to talking that stuff.
Yeah.
And then of course,
he's a big
now,
J. Cole guy.
Yeah.
Big J. Cole guy.
The Ville, we gotta rep the Ville. I'm gonna talk about the Ville every time I get on something. But and some young boy too.
Yeah.
That's grown on me. So.
Young boy's grown on me. He's got a couple good ones. But Coach, going back to you, you're an ECU graduate, so a Pirate for life. You played in 50 games here, 37 starts, 265 tackles, and 11 interceptions. None probably bigger than when you picked off Russell Wilson in your rookie season to secure the win against NC State. Talk about a little bit just like about your memories as a player here and what it meant to have that opportunity to come back as a coach and get in that job.
Yeah, I think, memories as a player, you really don't remember the plays per se or the games. I mean, you think about the memories of going through, mat drills and spring ball and fall camp and being in the locker room with your brothers. And, those are the things that really stick out more and more. Obviously, there are certain plays, and it's probably more funny plays to me, like Jeremy Grove played linebacker. Before a big fourth down, I'm yelling at him. I'm like, Grove, and he looks back, and he's, real focus in his eyes, and I'm just like, hey, good luck this play, dude. And so, but we had that trust because we knew that we put the work in, and, keeping it light sometimes in real serious situations from a football perspective. But we cared about each other, and we loved each other, and that brotherhood is more the memories that you kind of think about more than anything. And then, being able to come back and be a part of a team and a culture that, Coach Houston has done a phenomenal job with and building and continuing on from previous players and previous coaches. I'm just excited to be a part of it and help continue to build on it. Yeah,
that's funny you kind of say that. Because just finishing up my career, that's kind of a question that a lot of people ask, like, what were your favorite memories or favorite plays like that? And it literally is just like being in the locker room and like being in the lounge, hanging out with the guys. Something as simple as like during fall camp when we'd go to church, we all eat right after, just kind of like memories like that. But definitely you'll never forget, I feel like, those lockers that were next to you, whether it's a summer conditioning with Big John when you're out running 300s or in fall camp when you just like walk in and you just feel so dead and you just lay there and you end up chopping it up with the guys for like 40 minutes just chilling. So those are for sure some of the best memories. Coach, what makes you like feel like this place is so special in your eyes?
I think the support from the community and the administration. And you guys know that from being here. And so I think it's a dying thing as far as in football, a college town that, shuts down for game day. And just that passion and support from Pirate Nation, I think, goes unmatched throughout the entire country.
Right. Yeah, I definitely agree with that, and it's honestly a hidden gem. We kind of say that every show, too. No one knows how special this place is till they've come out here and experienced it.
Especially on game day.
Absolutely. Like, the first game I played in here was NC State when it was absolutely wicked. So
we broke our attendance.
Yeah, that set a high precedent for me. Moving on to you, Elijah. Going into your fifth year, As a true freshman walk-on in 2020, you played all season, and you were awarded a full scholarship that year. Just talk about how the experience from being a walk-on to now being a leader and a guy that coach depends on and your teammates depend on you. Talk about how it's made you a better leader and a teammate.
It's been a journey. It really has. I was here when, like you said, played games as a freshman, started, and I guess I kind of learned how to lead because you have to learn how to lead before you can.
Right.
That's how I look at it. And, I had a lot of leaders in front of me who I got to learn from, Holden, Keaton, J-Mac, even in my room, D-Lo at the time, he was older than me, but still I had to learn how to lead, and just the journey. Coach Tesh, he's done a great job with all of us. The fact that all the D-line, we all came in together.
Yeah.
Is a staple. That's why we're so close. And then just looking back, it's crazy. This is gonna be my 5th year. You don't even realize it.
Yeah, you're old. You're beat. You better start ankle braces, tape.
Oh man, what?
Yeah, you're gonna start just taping your body together.
I gotta wake up extra early to stretch before lifts now.
Yep, wake up, couple Advil down the hatch.
But I mean, I don't regret anything that's happened. Just enjoying the journey before it's over. Because, looking at both of you guys now, y'all say I'm old. You played what, how many years ago?
Hey, age is a state of mind, brother.
Really? But,
Why are you throwing a stray at me? We
just
played ball
finished
together last year.
Yeah, but, now you got your own show, so you're not doing too bad.
Nah.
Now that we want to throw some strays out, Eli, was it the first day of mat drills, or was it the second day of mat drills?
You didn't wake up too early to stretch, huh?
Was it the
I didn't
second
wake up
day?
too early for anything.
He was taking it,
second
Coach.
Day.
So pretty much my first real big interaction with Eli.
Pause.
I'm running a drill, and Eli was a little lazy getting to the start of the drill, which I'm sure you saw once you went back and watched on tape. Now, worked his tail off in the middle of the rep and won the rep. But, didn't have the urgency to get up there and start. So, we had him do a little extra up downs on the side. Well, he got real emotional. And,
he didn't like that.
He was popping off saying,
Not the
try
brightest
me,
person.
I won the rep, blah, blah, blah. And I realized at that moment just how sensitive that he was, and sometimes he needs a hug. And so we had to hug it out, to make sure that we were still good after that rep.
Not the brightest person that early in the morning. Just
some of those big guys on the D line, you just hit it on the head right there. Sometimes they need a hug. They want to they are tough people.
Yeah, sometimes we do.
Have
you met our coach?
Coach Dash.
Yeah. Somebody needs to hug him.
I gave him a hug yesterday in my office. He was in my office, and I said, you know what, you look like you need a hug. Just gave him a good old hug.
Turn on some Chris Stapleton for him, talk about fishing and hunting.
He just looked at me and he said, thank you. I need that. I'm just playing. He didn't say that.
You kind of just hit already, but talking about mat drills, could we get an update from your side maybe? I'm hoping you haven't been in the tire pull competition. I hope they're really not trying you like that.
I haven't been in it, but mat drills have been great. They're a great thing. Everybody's got to go through. This is the 4th time I'm doing it, and it never gets any easier. But that's how you build the bond. That's really how you do it.
The fact that he said it,
there,
that was one of his core memories almost with his teammates, with the boys out there. So,
because you're really
build
out
a bond
there.
somewhere
That's
or
where
another.
you show your teammate
who you are.
I'm willing to do the same thing you're doing. And, anything you're doing, I'm doing the same thing. And, you're competing. You make each other better. You go find another D lineman, you go against him, or you go find an O lineman and y'all compete. That's really what it's about, and I'm all for that. So
yeah, I think we would all love to, we all love to compete. Obviously, that's what we do, and that's why we've played here, and you currently play here. What are some goals, talk about competing, goals for the defense this offseason from both your guys' point of view, and obviously the upcoming offense and defense competition that will take place in spring ball? First, talk about the goals, either one of you guys.
I think the big one is to create alignment on all 3 levels of the defense. It is not only understanding your specific position, but understanding how it fits together in the scheme by call, formation, D&D, all the situations. The effort piece, I mean, Eli knows it's an effort-based defense. So that is the standard. But building upon that and the guys' knowledge within the scheme to become a more disciplined overall defense, making sure our eyes are in the right place, our alignment is correct, our keys, our first step in understanding your assignment, and not just understanding your assignment, but, where is the overhang? Where is the 3 technique supposed to be? Know where your help is, because you can play a lot faster if you're able to understand all that pre-snap.
I think he hit it right on the head. First and foremost, we got a lot of new guys who are coming in, and, we're all trying to get on the same page.
Right.
Whether it's new guys, new coaches, new players, we're all trying to get on the same page, same accord. Because, everybody's got to be on the same page to be a good defense. Because that's the whole point of the defense.
Yeah, because there's moments when we're out there where the call might come in late, or they've got a really good tempo going, and we might not be able to get the full call from the sidelines. And whether and just the guy next to you and how they operate, whether you could just tell them like that, or you got a command center with the linebacker who's just calling our go-to play at the time. Definitely understanding the tendencies and stuff like that with your teammates and the guys around you definitely helps when it comes down to it.
But goals-wise, we're still going to produce a whole lot of chaos. We're going to be in the backfield. We're going to create tips and overthrows. We're going to get some turnovers. We're going to do everything, man.
Yeah, looking forward to it. I'm excited to see, because that defensive culture and, the environment that we had last year was so fun on the field. It's definitely, something I'm looking forward to coming back and watching for sure. This next segment we also do on every single show. It's about your guys' high school mascots. And depending on what they are, I'll give you a setting. But, Eli, what's your high school mascot?
A Bulldog.
Oh, yeah, you're in trouble. Coach?
Panthers.
Oh.
What'd you have?
I'm a grizzly bear. I'll put up a fight against him, but a Bulldog? I don't even know what kind of environment I could put this in to help you out.
We just got that dog in us, man.
That Panther's going to rip its neck off.
Hey, but it's not that dog.
That might be a short segment. What was last week's? Yeah, someone had a tarpon. I think it was Dustin or something. It's a fish, and it was like a fish versus. I don't even remember, but it was bad. But
yeah, I'm out of this competition.
I don't even know. A fighting tarpon might be able to beat a bulldog.
It's got to get out of the water though. So
you guys could barely breathe.
Look, you put a tarpon in a bulldog in a cage.
You ever
guarantee you that bulldog?
You put a bulldog at that door and make him run to us right now. He's gonna run out of breath and have to stop halfway through.
Well, the tarpon's just gonna flop around on the floor. So I mean,
that's true. So,
okay, the Panther.
Yeah,
Coach, if you have a Panther, let's just say the size of a bulldog, which is essentially just a cat, right?
Bulldog's kind of yeah.
So
now we're talking. You're willing to lower your standard a little bit.
It's a chance.
You got to make it somewhat fair.
It's a chance.
So now you're talking about, is it in an open field or is it in a phone booth? Because the Bulldog's probably going to win in the phone booth.
Yeah.
So here's the environment now. Usually I do like a Hunger Games style arena, but we're going to give a shout out here to our local SPCA somewhere here in Greenville, and this is a sign for you to go adopt and rescue a dog or a cat if you'd like to. But we're going to put the environment in a rescue shelter, so like the cat can jump onto stuff and stuff like that. That's the only, I don't like cats. I'm not a cat guy.
A cat's winning that one.
But like they're able to jump and stuff. They're gonna prance on the bulldog. So sharp paw, slap.
Worst case scenario, the bulldog is hungry. He hasn't eaten in a little bit.
Then he's for sure passing out.
It's an angry bulldog. Passing out, you think?
If he ain't ate, he's beat.
Okay. The odds are against the bulldog, but
he's got about 10 seconds of a fight.
What kind of bulldog? Hey, look, there's a lot of different breeds of bulldogs now. So what kind of bulldog are we talking? Like straight bulldog or
whatever bulldog your mascot was?
I'm gonna make it a mixed breed bulldog, like an American bulldog.
So now you're just picking.
Yeah. I'm gonna.
Let's be honest. Your mascot was an English bulldog.
But for the sake of this fight, I'm gonna make it an American bulldog.
See, I lowered the standards to just a regular house cat for you, and now you're trying to raise the standards of the bulldog to make it.
All right. Moral of the story is there's just no way that the Panther doesn't come out from this.
But he didn't go out. The Bulldog gave a good fight.
We see your competitive spirits even with this conversation. So the Panthers beating the Bulldog. I'm sorry. Coach, nowadays with the transfer portal and stuff, and you see a lot of players coming in, and it's something that I had to do is you get integrated with your teammates, your friends, your surroundings, the locker room. How is that from a coach's perspective? Obviously coming back to a place you're familiar with, but with whole new people. How does that work for you?
I think it's something that's really familiar for coaches, just from being previous players, because, when you're a junior or senior and the freshmen come in, I mean, you had to do the same thing.
Right.
Obviously, in our profession and with the transfer portal, there's a lot of moving around. And so it's become something that is very normal and simple in some ways to say. But here it's been phenomenal, between not just Coach Houston, but, Coach Harrell and the whole defensive staff welcoming, me and my family, back has been an easy transition, whether it's, hey, what middle schools are, do you recommend? What about churches? Right. All these types of different things. They've been a huge help as far as not just getting to know me, but my family. Yeah. Again, I think it goes back to, as players, you're so used to welcoming, somebody else into your family.
Right. And you kind of talked about earlier in the segment with Coach Tesh. He's in your office and you're just giving him a hug. Have you found any kind of characters on the staff that you've really meshed with well? I'm not too familiar with the offensive guys yet, but any guys on the staff who you kind of thought were funny or something, I guess.
I mean, I've really meshed with all of them. Again, they're great dudes and great family men and phenomenal coaches, but I was actually telling Coach Tesh the other day, I want one of those like Best Buy buttons and just have recordings of all of his one-liners that he has. And so that way, if I need a good laugh, I can just hit the button and hear one of his good one-liners and just have him rotate, and probably just make sure that there's no kids around, because there may be some curse words in there.
Yeah, you sit through a special teams or a position meeting with him, and you'll hear a couple right off the bat.
Definitely.
You got a favorite one, Elijah?
Not that I can say on air.
Yeah, it's like that. Gets real in the meeting rooms.
Actually, I do.
What is it?
It's don't show me the labor. Just bring me the baby.
Show me the baby. He doesn't want to see all you got to go through to show me what he wants to see. Mm-hmm. Just like that. So, guys, we already talked a little bit about the music, Coach, back when you played, Elijah now, and pregame rituals and stuff like that. Coach, you haven't really seen so much of the locker room and the game day environment in the past couple seasons because you've been out coaching. But were there any like funny pregame superstitions with yourselves or teammates that you used to do? And we'll maybe see if Elijah has any for that he does currently.
Anything funny? Nothing funny.
Locked in.
I mean, we had a team full of goofballs, but like when it came time to like play ball and it was time to be in meetings or game day, like, we did get locked in. So I don't think anything funny.
Yeah. I don't think we did anything funny either. Oh, were your hotel meetings fun, or were they kind of bland?
We had a good time. I mean, my head coach then was Coach Ruff. I mean, he made sure we had fun. But again, when it may have been that couple minutes before the meeting, it was a lot of laughs and things like that. But again, when it was football time, guys locked in.
Talking about a EDM concert, if you will. When you walk into the Friday night meeting for the unit meeting for defense at the Hilton,
I think you walking in a club, man.
It's very fun, and the coaches all have so much energy. I don't know, Eli, maybe we can get them to like come in there, stand on a table or stand on a chair first.
Oh yeah.
Buffalo Bills Mafia, jump on the table.
Pinball, do it.
I want Coach to do it. First game.
Yeah, that'll be lit.
Back in the purple and gold.
Yeah. We'll bring the table.
Yeah, and like the meeting, we go to work when the meeting starts, but before and after, it's fired up.
It's lit. It's infectious. That's what it really is. Everybody just juiced up. That's what we call it, and we know that we gotta have it. So that's our little concerts we had before.
Coach, before I think it was before your last season, but it was during your time here, 7,000 seats were added to the end zone in Dowdy-Ficklin Stadium in 2010. So it was right before you started playing.
Yep.
Was that the student section back then? And if so, was it known as the Boneyard?
It was. So as soon as that thing was added, from what I can remember, it went straight to the students, and it was the Boneyard. And I'm sure just like how it still is, I mean, full body paint. I mean, they're getting after it from kickoff all the way to all zeros on the scoreboard.
So it was electric back then.
Always.
Yeah.
Every game.
If there's any students listening to this, make sure you're doing your part to contribute to the Boneyard. It gets pretty rowdy back there for our games.
It definitely does.
The best one is the night of the Boneyard when we wear the black uniforms. I think that one, the students, because usually it's on like a Thursday or a Friday night, like SMU this week. Yeah, that was a good one for us. Heading out wise, Coach, we just want to see if you have any words of advice on playing in Greenville and at East Carolina for Elijah. Obviously, you're a fifth year, but be a sponge, can never have too much advice and help for you.
I think the biggest piece is enjoy the process more than just game day, right? I mean, we are constantly looking at how we produce on game day, because that's what we get judged on, those 12 Saturdays, right? But enjoy the process to get not only yourself right, but your teammates and the entire team ready for that day. And there should be a lot of fun times, hard times throughout that process. But again, it builds that bond, you know, just like you were saying, how that's what you miss the most, that's what I miss the most. But it builds that bond by enjoying that process through all the ups and downs that, again, really make you a really productive team. And if you can do that, then you build that trust with each other by you know, enjoying the process and embracing the grind.
Gotcha.
There we go. There you have it. That is episode 6 of the Ship's Log with Coach Magazu and Elijah Morse, fresh off the cut. Thank goodness he needed it. I'm your host, Jack Powers, and we'll see you back here next week for episode 7.